Surprise, surprise. Another Gervonta Davis fight. Another Gervonta Davis flop. According to certain PUS fan bases. Man, if y'all don't stop, Gervonta Tank Davis just fought Frank Martin in what appears to have been a sold-out arena in an exciting fight. And like clockwork, reports come out that his fight flopped. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 135-pound division where it seems like people are starting to catch on. I am ecstatic that people are starting to catch on that about something I've been saying for a long time. It is amazing what a tremendous anomaly Gervonta Davis is on this planet. No one that I've ever seen who has appeared to be as successful as he is by every person that is directly involved in his business has ever been as big a failure, according to the rumor mills that go on around in the fan bases of his competitors. Now, I am talking about new rumors that are out that Gervonta Davis versus Frank Martin did under 200,000 pay-per-views. And I am going to thoroughly trash can that. You should walk away from this video knowing 100% that claim cannot possibly be based on reality or any legitimate information that is out there. And it's just another attempt. And I don't take a lot of other people's content, but puss fan bases that are mad because their fan base, because they want their guy to be the biggest name in boxing, and he's not remotely close to it. Now, before I get into the details, and I'm going to get into the details on this one, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and all that. Also, I would like to say rest in peace to my uncle, passed away last night. Usually in almost every video I'm going to do, even if the people don't hear it themselves, man, just to let you know that not everything in the world is about boxing. So rest in peace to my Uncle Donald. Also, man, keep prayers up to my guy, Ashton Denton's You Stay Strong, and Daryl McKinney. I'm glad you passed a lot of what you're going through. But let's get into this. And thank you to everybody that supports and the super thanks of videos like this is how we're able to keep the lights on. So there's a guy named Rick Glazier who you should never believe. I'm telling you, if this man tells you that that cars drive on a street, man, go check and just make sure, look outside and make sure that they don't fly. Because this dude ain't got no problem lying about whatever, whenever. So in this particular case, though, Rick Glazier doesn't even lie. He says that he thinks that the pay-per-view between Gervonta Davis and Frank Martin didn't do well. It did under 200,000. Now, he doesn't have any source for this. No source whatsoever. Now, how do we know that he doesn't have a source? He doesn't have a source for this because the fight literally took place. This number from him came out 2 days ago. 2 days ago was a Tuesday. The fight between Frank Martin and Gervonta Davis took place on Saturday. So it had not been 3 days later. You don't know pay-per-views. You don't know what those numbers are going to be at least for 10 and 11 days. Now, also, this is a pay-per-view that was on Amazon Prime. So Amazon Prime, what sources could Rick Glazier possibly have with Amazon Prime? Where Amazon Prime is going to be leaking bad numbers about themselves to somebody that is a Twitter troll. And somebody who in his business in professional boxing is to organize fights, take a cut. Get B-side fighters on fight cards and take a cut. No, he does not have these numbers. Not only that, he didn't even say he did. However, people ran with it. Why? To cover up the fact and try to switch the news off the fact that Devin Haney will definitely not be having a successful pay-per-view next because nobody wanted this fight. No, nobody wanted to buy the fight other than Bob Arum. And when Bob Arum was interviewed about buying the fight between Devin and Sandor Martin, he said, hey, man, it ain't our business why these other guys didn't do it. But look, we bought the fight. We priced it at what we thought the fight was worth, which was next to nothing. And if he doesn't take the fight, cool. We're just going to have Sandor Martin fight somebody else for the belt. So he put Devin in a position of taking a little bit of money or dropping the belt. Either way is fine either is fine with Bob Arum, and he's going to take the belt. Now, let me tell you what I am extremely happy about. I'm extremely happy about this. This has been going on for years related to Gervonta Davis. And it has been going on specifically within the Black YouTube community of, content creators where, before I would be just inundated with, oh, you're a Devin Haney hater. You're a Devin Haney hater. You're a Devin Haney hater, because I'm pointing out reality. And I'm saying, look, man, I like Devin Haney, but the things you guys are saying about Devin Haney are not true. And people just buy whatever it was that Bill said. Bill or whatever would be coming out of that camp. Vasily Lomachenko, Devin is Vasily Lomachenko's mandatory. He's ducking him. No, he's not as mandatory. And how can you duck somebody when you're doing unification fights? Oh, Teofimo Lopez ducked him. Teofimo Lopez didn't want to fight him. I can't speak on whether or not Teofimo Lopez wanted to fight him or not, but Teofimo Lopez fought Comey for an IBF World Championship, and then he fought a unification fight, and then he lost. And then he left the weight class. Where's the duck in that? Right? So we just move forward into this ridiculous claim of Devin Haney being the face of boxing, which is literally people are saying and making arguments that is the case. Just pure 100% buffoonery. But we know really what it is. What it really is Bill Haney marketing through YouTube channels some of the most ridiculous ideas ever. And people going for it, hook, line, and sinker. So not even going for it, hook, line, and sinker, just spreading it and adding confusion. But one of the beautiful things is looking about with Gervonta Davis, and just think about this and go back and look. Gervonta Davis's fights, with the exception of Ryan Garcia, every single one of them over the last 3 years has flopped. According to the same group of people, they have all flopped. His fight, according to them, with Leo Santa Cruz, flopped. His fight with Mario Barrios, flopped. His fight with Isaac Cruz, flopped. His fight with Rolly Romero, flopped. His fight with Hector Garcia, flopped. This Ryan Garcia, you can't say that flopped because it did so many. But hey, it really wasn't Gervonta. It was really Ryan. And this one flopped. Meanwhile, almost every one of those stadiums have been said to have sold out. And the boxing promoters, like Bob Arum said, look, man, the biggest name is Gervonta Davis. He was like, look, talking about Shakur Stevenson, talking about other fighters. He's like, look, if you're like Gervonta Davis, people are going to put a lot of money behind you because you got thousands and thousands and thousands of fans. No promoter, no established promoter says anything about Gervonta Davis other than saying he's a huge star. How could this be if everything he does flops? But yet you got somebody in Devin Haney, who's supposed to be this big star, but every one of his fight, but he gets to the point literally where nobody wants to bid on his fight. It's just like you're just going to switch reality between the two and just hope one day that that really becomes the case. And I'm just really happy that people are catching on to this, not because I have some problem with Devin Haney personally. I've never met him. Seems like a nice guy out there trying to achieve. But doing it on the back of the reputations of other fighters, I've always thought was inappropriate. I never appreciated it, and I never will. I don't like some other cats that I know just want Devin to lose. That's not the case with me. But I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all needed some humble pie. And hopefully when Devin gets back to fight again, we can start talking about Devin for what he is. And we can start talking about Gervonta for what he is. Gervonta is one of the biggest names in the sport. He's one of the biggest stars in the sport. He puts on spectacular shows. His arenas are packed full of people that are anxious to see him fight. And it is absolutely ridiculous to believe that people are willing to spend $10,000 in a weekend going to Vegas to see him. And by the thousands and thousands of people are willing to spend that much money, but nobody's willing to spend $75 to watch it in their living room. And the major boxing promoters are all going to say how successful he is. But you know, a YouTube troll says, I think, or a Twitter troll thinks, yeah, I think it didn't do well. And everybody fly with it and call it a flop. It's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, I'm glad people are catching on. My understanding is that Bill Haney lit off on some YouTube channels for having said something roughly around the same thing. I know he's keeping my name out of his mouth. Thank you very, very much. But it is what it is. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.